Okay, thank you. So what do you call multiple keys?
I have to say you asked the really, really good questions.
They're called composite keys.
Is okay, so can you define that, or are you about to?
When you have multiple key fields, you see there are two fields
Okay.
promoted
Yes,
to the
yes.
key
Yep, yep.
status.
Okay,
Yep.
that makes sense.
It's called composite keys. Okay. Then comes the logical files, page number 263. Again, logical files are like physical files, except for the fact they don't hold any data. And physical files must be created before you start coding the logical files. Otherwise, logical files won't compile. Logical files could borrow everything from a physical file. However, it can think like, okay, I do not agree with the keys the physical file defines because that will slow my retrieval process. So I want to have my own retrieval process so can define its own keys, which will override the keys declared inside the physical files. So if you are retrieving data coming in from the logical file, you will be then going through that retrieval sequence. So logical files can give you an alternative view of physical files, can have alternative keys to access the data. It can define its own record format and can declare what fields it wants in that record format. It can define record format and then pick fields from one or more physical files. To create a logical file, we use the command crtlf. Now, if you're looking at page 263, you will be looking at something like this. The very first picture at the top, you have a record format called custrec. That is the exact same record format that we have for the physical file. When you define the same record format name between the logical and the physical file, it means you want to select all the fields. And then you mention the P file means this is the function that we are using to link this logical file to so-and-so physical file. And since I'm borrowing all the fields, however, I'm interested in having my own alternative keyed sequence. So I declared my own set of composite keys. So that can be done. Now, if you look at the bottom, the second picture, everything is the same except for the last line. Do you guys remember what the purpose of the last line is? There's a little typo here, though. Should be like this. Okay. Now, how will you read that last line?
You say
Nobody?
how you say
Yeah.
how you read it. What do you mean exactly?
Like how you explain that last line to me? What's going on?
The credit limit is greater than 5,000.
Right. And what will really happen to the data set that this particular file will select? So what's the whole purpose of this logical file as opposed to the one right above? How are they different?
It's selecting only the fields that are greater than 5,000.
It's only selecting the records, right? It is only selecting those records where limit exceeds 5,000, and the one above has everything in it, right? Okay. Then slide number 13 which is page 264, DDS for display files. Record format specification is used to name individuals, individual screens, and you have input fields that allow for data entry. Again, you will learn this stuff in advanced RPG when you will build your own screens, which will allow you to take input from the user and then bring that input into your RPG and then work with that. So input fields, output fields, which do not allow data entry, but only going out, or input output fields, which could be display changeable, constants. So a typical DDS file looks very similar to physical files and logical files, however, are a bit different in a sense. So for example, if you look at something like this, it reminds you of menus. So menu, I'm creating a menu behind the scene, and this would be my display file where I'm stating how my menu will look like, what will be option 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this will go out on the screen like that. And then I will program it behind the scene as to, okay, option number 1, this program runs, option number 2, this program runs, and so on and so forth. So the result of something like this would be something like this. So this is what's written behind the scene. This is what you will see here in the output. And where you see option, that's basically how it's coded. So these are the possible set of values for option. Okay, and then F3 equals exit. That's how it gets coded. And that's how you can color code it as code as well. And that's why it appears in a different color. Okay, turning to page number 267, CL file processing. In addition to the DCLF command, CL primarily uses 4 file access commands to support input-output operations. These are receive file, send receive file, and end, receive, and wait. Now I would like you guys to go to the Blackboard. And under this week's button, you'll find the links to receive, send, receive, end, receive, wait, and option ID. I want you to read these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links. So each one of the link has the description and maybe some examples. Some of them are shorter than the others. So go over these 6 links and then give me a feedback when you guys are done going over them.
I'm sorry, I missed that part. What are we doing again?
You're going to the Blackboard under
Okay.
this week, chapter 15 commands. Under that heading, click on each one of the top 6 links and read about it, and give me a feedback when you're done reading about it.
Got it.
And for those of you who are done with reading the first 6 articles, now after that, look at the example, which is under next to the text example. Click on that and look at the example.
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
I know that in a lot of these documentations, it says that the file, if not already opened, will be opened by the command. Do we have to close the file when we're done?
No,
Okay,
when you do a return, it just releases all the resources.
okay. Got it. Thank you.
You're talking about the quizzes, Aiden? Oh, no, they are not. They are, is it due today, is they were saying? Oh, yeah, no, I will change the due date till next week. Okay, I fixed that. Thank you. Even last week's was that way as well. Let me fix last week's as well then. Okay. Okay, I fixed last week's and also I fixed this week's. Thank you. Yes, you would have multiple quizzes, assignment, and 2-part final. Yep. A lot of activities. And the reason is because the semester got shrunk by a week. The course was designed for 15-week semesters, and now they're down to 14 weeks. That's why the last week gets a little bit crowded.
Is it wrong of me to want the semesters to be longer than 15 weeks?
You know, when I started at Gateway, it used to be 18 weeks.
See, and that's a conversation that really is like really upsetting me. I paid all of the money for these books and these classes, and we both know how important all of the things within programming are, and we're skipping and missing. Like that frustrates me.
Skipping and missing, what do you mean?
Chapters, we didn't go through the entire book.
Oh, you know, you don't complete the textbooks from cover to cover. These textbooks are picked because they have the most number of competencies met. It's not like, you know, we are missing the chapters or we are covering less. Even if this was like 18-week program, similar length would be there. So we only complete the chapters that meet the course competencies.
Okay. Fair enough.
So are we waiting to look at the over database file or override database
No,
files?
no. Just up till the example.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
I think 4 people have not yet given me, or 3 people now, that they're done. So okay. Now that everybody is done looking at this, another very important concept that's talked about in this chapter is the concept of data areas, which is page 273. Data area is like a physical file where you can put data and you can read data from. However, it is a lot different because it doesn't allow you to declare fields. It is not structured. You will not typically use data area for the reasons that you would use your physical files for. But more or less, as the book says, it could be a scratch pad. It could be a place where you can dump data or put some useful information that could be shared among different CL programs. You could read data from it. You can also change the content of the data area. Unlike a CL program cannot typically change contents of database files, but with data areas, things are different. So they're objects, they're permanent objects, and you can create them. They don't even have to be there when you first create the CL program. When you compile the CL program, they don't even have to be there. You could create them anytime between compile and running the CL program, which is so unlike your database files. So on page number 273, author shows you the list of the data area commands. We have create data area command that allows you to create a data area. We have delete data area command that allows you to delete the data area. We have display data area command. We have retrieve data area command, and we have change data area command. These commands are being discussed starting from page 274. Create data area command allows you to create a data area by giving it some kind of a name. So you can provide some name to it. This name could be qualified or this name could be unqualified. Qualified names are where the library/name is given. Then you need, if you want, you can define a data type. You can define a field length. You can define a value, and you can define a text. So this is a typical syntax of a data area. However, based on that syntax, here you can see an example. create a data area, called copy name inside a library called mylib. This will be a type character data area, length 35. This will be the value, and this will be the text description. The text description is like a field description. Similarly, it is possible for you to create a data area as a positional notation, not a key value, like a key notation. You can just simply give it a name, data type, length, a value, okay? Or you can create a qualified one with a logical data type and give it some kind of a value. There are some more examples for you to look at on page number 275, figure 15.9. If you create a data area and you do not provide any value, then it goes by the default system value. So for example, if it's a logical data type and you do not provide a value, one is true, but it will default to false. If it's decimal, it will default to 0. And if it's character, it will default to blank. And you can see those examples as well on page number 275 under figure 15.9. The last three data areas, author does not, I shouldn't say last three, the second to the last and the one above that. We are creating data areas, but not giving them initial values. Also, I want you to pay attention to the second one from the top, data area called months. Do you guys remember the difference between the plus and minus line continuation characters? As you see in figure 15.9?
I believe the plus adds it to a new line and the minus adds it to the same line.
No,
No?
no.
Talk about the answers you don't know. Huh.
If you notice the next line after plus, the line is indented. But if you notice the next line after minus, the lines are not indented, because minus will account for space and plus will not. And since we are restricted by 84, we're using minus so that we know that we are within the limited space. That's why minus, the next line starts right from the first column. Plus, next line can start from wherever. Displaying data area, that's page 275. We use the command display data area, followed by the name of the data area that you're displaying. Here on the screen, you can see those examples, the name of the data area, and then output, and then you have your output format. So the data area parameter names the data area you want to display. The output parameter can contain either an asterisk if you want to display the data area on the screen, which is default, or special value print if you want to print the output. Display data area does not support an out file. The out format parameter lets you specify the format of the command's output. Either the default is character format, or you can provide hexadecimal format if you want the data area content displayed or printed in hexadecimal format. Then retrieving the contents of a data area, you can use the retrieve data area command to retrieve the contents of an entire data area or a portion of the character data area, copying those contents into a CL variable. And you can use the command, this retrieve data area command, which is at the bottom of page number 275, followed by the data area name, followed by what you are retrieving, and the variable in which you will be retrieving. For example, here on page 276, as well as what you see on the slide numbers 33, we have some variables declared, like last check month is active. We are retrieving the data area last check used, and we're copying that value into last check variable. Similarly, retrieve data area months 19/9. What does that mean? Go to the 19th location in the months data area and read the next 9 characters, and then put that in the month variable. And the last one is to simply copy in progress into is active variable. Also, you can change the contents of a data area. For example, if you look at the example in the book, right at the bottom of page number 276, you will see a data area called days and months. So DYS in months. The values are 31, 28, 31, 30. So these are basically every 2 digits represent the total number of days in a month. Now look at the code at the bottom of page 276, which reads that if the leap year, if the leap year logical file is true, then change the data area. I want the days and months, location number 3, the next 2 characters to be changed from 28 to 29. Is everybody following that? Okay. So this was about a permanent data area. Then there is a temporary data area called local data area. It automatically comes to live whenever you have some kind of a job submitted. So each job that you submit will automatically create the local data area, but it can only be used within the job. The other data area that we've talked about could be shared within CL programs or could be shared between jobs, but this one is strictly defined and is available only to one job. And it's not even a permanent object. It automatically comes to life. It automatically disappears at the end of the process. It can be used to pass information from one program to another as long as they're part of the same job. So if there's a calling program and there's a called program, the calling program could write stuff to the local data area, which could then be read by the other program in the same. So we can use the retrieve data area command for that purpose. And you can do LDA for local data area as opposed to a name data area. This is asterisk LDA, which automatically means you're talking about the local data area, which got created because of the job. And then you are pulling out value from there into variables, whatever variable you want to pull the value into. Now on Blackboard, click the link data areas and read about that. And oh no, this one, let me remove that. I think I removed that page. Yeah, click that data area link, go under chapter 15 commands and read about that. And again, give me a feedback, give me the feedback when you're done.
Are we looking at the override database files now?
No, just
Okay.
that. Data area one only.
Okay, got it. Quick question. Does our system already have in place data areas?
Yeah, data areas are part of the iOS.
Okay. Cool. So can we like use the data from that whenever we wanted to?
Yeah, once you create the data areas, they are permanent objects, but local data areas are temporary objects. So once
Okay.
you create a data area, the data stays there until you remove the object.
Okay, so
It's pretty much like if you create a table, the table is there until you delete the table, or if you create a physical file, it is there until you delete the physical file. So data area is pretty much like that. It's pretty much like it's a variable, it's a permanent storage variable.
okay. All right, cool.
Mhm.
Thank you.
For those of you who are done with the reading of the data areas article, can move on to the chapter summary. And after that, read about the data queues, which is a special topic after the chapter summary, which is 4 pages long from page 278 through 281. So let me put both of these things together, the reading and the break. So let's meet back at 3:40. And then when you are back at 3:40, log into the V2 Cloud, open RDI, as we'll be doing some hands-on programs with data areas. So I will see you guys at 3:40. So as soon as I receive feedbacks from all of you, we will start with the very first program. As I told you before we were going on break, that we will be doing some programs with data areas. So still 4 more people to go. 1, 2, 3, 4 more people. Okay. Devin, Gashi, Jacob, and Victor. Okay, so we have Devin and Jonathan left. So last time we came as far as program number 27. So I'll be creating a brand new member. And this will be SP22 Prog 28 CLLE. And you hit finish after that. These will be very short, very small programs. We will do several of them to understand the concept. So I'll be creating my program with PGM and PGM, the same stuff. Just 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. That was the pest control guy. Okay. So creating a data area. So the first parameter is the data area name. So that creates the data area. Retrieve data area command. The name of the data area. We would like to return the value in a local variable called CL variable 1. Since I did not use any labels like start and end in this program, it's just giving me a warning for that. That's about it. So no need to worry about it. It's a very simple program, as I told you guys. We are creating a data area. We're putting some data in it like Wisconsin. And then we are retrieving the data from the data area into our local variable on line number 5. So that must replace the value Kent with the value Wisconsin. And then we're displaying the value on line number 6. So when I run this program, I'm expecting that the output on the send program message should read value from data area and should say Wisconsin after that, as opposed to Kent, which will be a proof that the value has changed. Okay. So whenever you are done writing the code, go ahead and compile it. And then it's the same way you will run it as we have been running the program so far.
I'm not able to hear you. I don't know.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I was mute. So I said, whenever you're done writing the program, run the program, I was able to run it and I was able to get the output. So give me a feedback when you guys are done with this.
Your output was a black screen, display program messages, correct?
My
Yeah, no,
output, my
yeah,
output,
okay.
when I
this
ran
is
it,
weird.
shows me at the bottom because of the send program message, it shows the output at the bottom, which was value from data area and Wisconsin,
Hmm.
which will be coming out because of this line.
I literally put a colon in my thing and something broke.
Check again, line 6.
I'm
Okay,
compiling. It's telling me I don't know. Maybe I'm getting an error. Like, can I share my screen? Actually, no. Let me go back to the code. So break something. I had it working and then I put a colon in and it just stopped.
oh, you know what? Because did you ran it once?
Yeah.
Okay, it's because you ran it once, it created the data area. Now, when you're running
Oh,
it again, it
I need-
is not creating it again because the object already exists as the area that you're
Gotcha.
running into when
Okay.
you're running it. So yeah, that's what's happening.
Okay, cool. Thank
Yeah,
you.
don't worry about it. Okay, so looks like everybody is done except for Robert, Luke, Devin. Any questions, Robert Reed, or you're still just coding? Okay, got it. Cool. Now, guys, let's click File and save as this program as number 29. Number 29 program, the only thing I will do different here is that since my data area already exists, right? So I do not need to create it. So I'll just put a slash asterisk and an asterisk slash over here to comment out line number 3. And this is to show you in the previous exam, the data area was created and retrieved in the same example, right? Now that the data area already exists, and as we learn that it's a permanent object, once created, it will be there. And we also saw in case of Tony that when he tried to recreate it, it was giving him an error because the object already existed. So now once the object exists, we are now going and simply retrieving the output from. So we will only comment out line number 3, recompile the code, and call the program. So compile the code and call the program. And you'll get the exact same output, just to show that the data area was created successfully without a problem. And you were able to fetch value from the data area.
And that worked perfect.
Yeah.
So wait, we're calling the most recent.
Yep. Because that's the only data area we have, right? The DA1.
Okay. So SP22 prog 29, right?
Right.
And it should
Right.
still be the same value.
What do you mean?
Like it should still be
Yeah, it'll still be Wisconsin.
Yeah, it'll
Okay.
still be Wisconsin because we are not changing it. We are only learning that we can retrieve the value from a data area from a program that did not initially created it.
okay, thank you.
Mhm.
how did you make your cursor like go to the beginning of the word?
I can't hear, I can't understand you, Devin. Can you say it again?
How did you get your cursor to go to like the beginning of the word instead of selecting the whole like letter and replacing it?
Oh, do you still have your cursor as block, a black block?
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the insert key on the keyboard. And that will change the block to an insertion point. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. So guys, let's save this one as number 30. So SP22 Prague 30. I will be declaring a variable this time of size 2 only. And with no initial value. And let me bring back my create data area command, called data area 2 this time. Character, but this will be size 20. And the initial value will be Wisconsin, the full text. Okay. So make changes to the first 2 lines first. And now in the retrieve data area, we will state that in the data area number 2, I'm not interested in the entire text. I'm only interested in the first 2 characters. So that's why the 1 says my starting point is 1. And from the first character, I need the 2 characters. So WI will be copied over from the data area 2 into the variable CLVAR1. And I'll change my message to state abbreviation and CL variable 1. Again, after you're done compiling it, you call it. And it should display the output at the bottom, that state abbreviation : Wisconsin's WI. Yeah, please give me your feedbacks when you guys are done coding, compiling, running, and you can see the output, the state abbreviation as WI. Still waiting to hear back from Christian, Devin, Gashi, Jonathan, Luke, Victor.
So the whole value is Wisconsin, but it's only focusing on the abbreviation.
Right, because if you look at line 5, we are asking for only the first 2 characters. Do you see 1 space 2 there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means starting at the first location, I only want the first 2 characters. That's what the 2 means.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is okay, so we have a variable, and
Mhm,
then that variable is 2 characters in length,
mhm,
and we declare a data area
mhm,
with the value of Wisconsin,
mhm.
and then data area only asks for the first 2 characters, and then sets that the what is that CLVA control variable,
Yep, assigns that to that variable. Yep,
and then we output the value.
exactly. That's
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yep. Okay, now we will save this example as number 31. And in number 31, we will comment out the line number 3, where we are declaring, where we are creating our data area, because the data area already exists. And I will be changing the length of my variable from 2 to 3. And some changes to my output. So the only thing that I did different over here is that I commented out the create data area because it already exists. I'm retrieving letters other than from the beginning of the text data area. And I changed my output message in the send program message. So again, we will compile it. And then we will run it. So now you will see that starting from the 6th location, it picks the 3 characters. So it picks NSI. So let me clear your previous feedbacks and give me new feedbacks when you guys are done with this. Usually the programs in which we are creating the data area, we don't want to compile them again. But this program is only retrieving the data area. So I could I can make changes to this one and recompile it, and it won't error out when I run it. Usually the programs that create data areas should not be executed more than once, because anytime you execute them after the first time, they will give you an error because you are asking to create a data area that already exists.
I'm getting a different error for some reason.
You're getting an error.
It lets me compile 100% fine, but it gives me an error when I try to.
Okay, did you make sure your variable lengths are correct? Like, and everything?
Thank you for telling me
I
that.
have my first variable length changed to 3. It's not 2
Yeah,
anymore.
thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. That was probably it. Yeah, it worked perfect.
Okay, cool, awesome. So, okay, let's see. Devin, Gosh, oh, Devin is done. Okay, Gashi, Jonathan, and Robert. Okay, now what I would like you to do is we will make some changes to the same code. So we'll start to make our changes from line number 5. So we will change this to 7.3 instead of 6.3. And on line number 6, we're gonna change our message.
For some reason, your screen's frozen.
Oh. Is it good now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm changing line number 5, data area to 7.3. And I am making some changes to my output instruction on line number 6. And again, after all these changes, you recompile and it will not give you any error when you run it because we are not creating a data area again. We're simply what you may call it, displaying it. uh, programmers can have a bit of fun, right? I'm making some more changes by introducing more than one variable. So this one generates 2 outputs. So you got to make sure when you're running it, in this line and the bottom line where you have send program message, you will see a little plus sign in the end. So you got to page down to see the second line of output. Again, give me feedback whenever you're done. Okay, so
The second message isn't showing for me.
oh, you need to hit page down key on the keyboard for it to show the second message. Did you see that now?
Like on
Yeah, on the green screen when you run it. Here, do you see a little plus at the end of the line of the send program message? You hit page down key on the keyboard, and then it shows you the second line.
that didn't.
You didn't? Do you see a plus at the end or no?
Yeah, I see the plus.
But it's not page downing for you when you hit page down key on the keyboard?
Like the arrow or
No, the actual
the
the
actual.
actual page down key. No?
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Okay, cool.
Fun.
Okay. Just having a little fun. That's it, guys. You know, how often do you have fun in programming, right?
I love this shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So now let's save it as prog number 32. And this time we will declare a decimal variable with a length of 1288. Sorry, not the value, the length of 52 and the value of 1288. Okay. I don't need two variables, so let me delete the second variable. Let me uncomment the data area line. Make it data area number 3. Type decimal. So I'm transferring the value of 88.99 from the data area 3 into the variable CLVAR1. Do you guys think this will work or no?
I don't really see anything wrong with it. No,
Did you compile it?
no, not yet.
Okay. I didn't compile mine yet. I just wanted you guys to do it first.
I hadn't finished.
Okay. Whenever you're done.
I think you need to convert the CLVAR1 into character type before you can concatenate it.
Very good. Yes, because send program message cannot take non-character variables. That's the error I wanted everybody to get. And then fix it so that the more errors you see, the more you're familiar with them. So how could we do that?
Change variable.
Change variable? No. There's nothing. Yeah, we're not changing anything. We're converting. We're converting from one data type to another. How do you convert decimal values to character type for output? Don't remember? It was percentage character that you enclose the variable in percentage character. That's a built-in function. All the built-in functions start with ampersand, the percentage sign, and then followed by the name. And then you save the changes, and then you compile. Okay, we go through this time. And then you can run the program to get the output. So please give me the feedback whenever you guys are done displaying the value so that we can move on to our next example where we will try changing the value in one of the data areas. So far, we have only retrieved the values, but not changed them.
I ran into an error that I debugged. I'm just wondering if the value is supposed to be, or the output is supposed to be UO 8899.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
okay. So only one person left, Victor, to give me feedback. And then we will move on to our next example. Okay. So guys, let's save this one as number 33. We'll be making some changes. Changing it back to character. Length 25. Current value is new. Now we're not creating a data area, so we are basically changing. So CHG. Change data area. We are changing the data area number 2. If you remember, we had the value of Wisconsin there. We want to change that value to Illinois. And we want to retrieve that value from data area number 2 in the variable. And when you run this program, you guys should be able to see that the value in the data area has been changed, and the output should be the new value is Illinois. Okay, let me clear the feedback for you guys to give me updated feedback that everybody is able to see the output new value Illinois. except for Aiden. Everybody got it? Aiden, any errors? Odd output? What do you mean? Are you not getting the output that we're getting? You're getting something else. It's airing out. What's going on? Okay. Is it possible for you to share your screen, please? Okay, can you show me what output you're getting? Oh, okay. Hit I. Enter. Okay, now let's go back to your source code. Oh, hold on a second. Can you go back to that screen again? Can you hit F9? You should be running number 33, not 32. You're still running number 32. Here you go. You good. No, that's okay. Happens. That's life. Okay. Now let's save this one as number 34. We will now change the data area again, but not completely, only the first few letters. So I want to say that I want the first 3 letters of the data area to be changed with these 3 letters. That's it. That's the only change. Compile it and then run number 34. And you will see that we were able to update only a portion of the text, and it now becomes Illinois.
Should there be 1 or 2 L's?
Doesn't matter. It just all I want to make sure is that the first 3 letters are replaced.
Okay.
So this is my output.
Let's go back to the code just for a second. I'm debugging. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Misspelled something somewhere. I think we should be good. I hate when I miss a space, man. Those are like impossible to find. Yep, I'm good to go.
Okay, just 1 minute. I was just making changes to the final exam hands-on piece because some of you may not have access to a Word document. So I also made the PDF version of the exam available. Okay. So guys, what I want you to do is open the hands-on part of the final exam and let me know if you have any questions about the hands-on piece. Before I go to the last example, I have one more example to do. Just so that I don't forget, I want to do this first.
Did you want us to click on the document or the?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, either of the two. It's the same stuff in two different formats.
Okay.
Okay, so if you guys don't have any questions, then let's do our next example here. So let me save this one as number 35. And this is where we will try to delete a data area. So deleting a data area doesn't need much code. So I'll remove all the lines that I don't need. So it's DLT, oops. DLT for deleting the data area. I want to delete the data area number 2. Save the changes. Once you are done saving the changes, compile and run number 35. And 35 will not generate any output. So how can you make sure that the data area was deleted? After you're done compiling and running number 35, now run number 34. Now 34 will error out because 34 is looking for data area 2 and data area 2 does not exist. Therefore, it will go in the error phase and will give you that ICDR screen, and you can hit I to come out of it. Please give me the feedback whenever you are done testing number 34 to make sure that it is erroring. So 35 will run smoothly, 34 will fail after that. Okay, so 2 people left, Devin and Jonathan. Really? Yeah, it looks pretty nasty out here too, but it's not thundering, at least by me. So guys, you need to work on 6 things during the week. What are those 6 things? Between today and next week, Wednesday.
Assignment 15, 13, 14 chapters, tests, the take home finals, questions, and final exam hands-on.
Those are 5 items.
Yep, and there's one more that I don't know.
Anything that's missing.
Oh, I
have
don't
not
have
turned
anything
in.
missing.
Okay. So it's loaded. This week is a bit loaded. You have 2 questions between them. I think there are 30 questions between the 2 quizzes. Then you have an assignment, and then you have a 2-part final. Plus, it's a long weekend, so you don't have your Friday classes and your Monday classes if you have any.
I go to work on Fridays, sadly.
Yeah, but you will have the other days, right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, guys, so that means that's all for today. Some of you I will see tomorrow, and the others I will see whenever you take my next class.
All right, Professor Saad, have a good night. Thank you.
Good
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Hey, so I had a quick question.
Mhm.
So for I know that a lot of the grades that I had or assignments that I had turned in were super late, but I do believe that I'm up to date now. Disregarding the most recent assignment, chapter 13.
Did you click on my grades on your end?
Yeah.
Okay. To make sure that all those items are there that you were assigned.
Yes. So I have up until quiz chapter 12, all of the assignments are turned in, I believe, except for 3 assignments, which I didn't even realize I didn't do, but assignment 2, quiz chapter 4, and assignment 3. Those ones I haven't done yet.
Yeah, quiz chapter number 4, assignment number 3, and assignment number 2. Can you check to see if they're still open? Otherwise, I may have to open them again.
So assignment 3 is closed.
What about 2
Let's see, where is it?
and 4? Oh no, quiz chapter 4 is what you're missing. Okay. So assignment number 2 is also closed. Okay.
Graded. That's weird.
Assignment number 2 is open now.
Okay.
Okay, let me see assignment number 3.
So I've noticed that when I go to try to click on the the thing it has for the, okay, so if I go into my grades and then I click on the actual assignment, it won't open it for me.
No, you won't see it from there.
Okay.
Have to go into the actual button.
Hmm.
So the 3 items.
So those are the past ones, and then all of the
Okay.
other ones are complete, I believe.
The 2, 3, quiz number 4. Okay, oops, assignment chapter 12. Where did I put that? Assignment chapter 12.
So those are the ones that I
should
haven't done yet.
be- Yeah.
Okay.
I need to double check on one thing there. Oh, I have the wrong due date. I'm like, oops. Okay. Okay, so number 12 is also there. Okay, so those are the items that you still need to turn in, right? Besides the one that I assigned. Okay.
Correct.
Wow, okay, cool. Yeah, you have loads of items to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. All the ones up there, I have those ones to do. And
Yeah,
are you able?
all the items that have hyphens next to them are the ones that you still need to turn in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do know it's looking a lot better though, so. Thank you.